Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a new video with me, Fuzzball40. As always, if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe down below and make sure your notifications are turned on so you never miss an upload. This video is one that I've been on Twitter for the last few days and I keep seeing things pop up about crypto all over my timeline, all over it. I'm going to be straight up with you. I have very little knowledge of how crypto works or anything about it. What I do know is if you know what you're doing, you can make a lot of money from it, a huge amount of money. If you don't know what you're doing, you don't make a lot of money. That tends to be the way it is. I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be the biggest expert on crypto. I have asked people that know what they're talking about, and they've sort of given me an overarching theme of it. But the one thing they've said to me from day dot and instantaneously is if you're going to get into it, know what you're doing, know what you're buying into, and be aware of it. With that said, there are certain YouTubers right now, part of the FIFA community, who are actively encouraging and advertising crypto as an investment. Now, I'm not going to blame those YouTubers for the bad decisions that some people might make in its entirety, but I will say this. A lot of YouTubers, myself included, have got young, impressionable audiences. Not all of us. Some have got older. I think a lot of my audience tends to be older from what I've seen on the YouTube sort of algorithm and whatnot, and the stats. But there are young, impressionable YouTube audiences out there. The three YouTubers that I'm talking about in particular, I don't care if I get hate for this. The first is Nepenthes, the second is Bateson, and the third is Rossi HD. They've all gone out and put tweets basically talking about a type of cryptocurrency, which I'll show you in a minute, and then said #ad, and then it's not financial advice. The argument that they put forward, other people are going to put forward for them, is that it's up to people what they do. And to a degree, that is true. But I think there is something very immoral, and I'm going to be blunt with you, I find it disgusting, that if you've got a young, impressionable audience, advertising such a service when you have no idea, it seems, like what you're talking about, but caveating it with not financial advice is unacceptable in my opinion. And what I don't get about this is why none of them have turned around and said or shown that they're buying this cryptocurrency that they're advertising. I'll talk about all of them in detail. There's one that Nepenthes is getting a lot of grief. And we'll talk about the Nepenthes in a second, but there's one that I really, really don't like, and I'll show you in a second. But the first one we'll look at is Nepenthes, but then we'll look at Bateson, we'll look at Ryan. I'll be right back. Alright, so this is the tweet that Nepenthes put out. This is Bateson, sorry, this is Nepenthes. Nepenthes, new coin, just getting started, LMBO, Lambo, I don't know what it is. This is not financial advice. Now, I'm all for chasing money if you need to. If you want to make money, by all means do it. Without being blunt, Dan and I set up our website for foot trading to make money. There's no point me lying to you. That's what we aim to do, so we could do this full time. It's done very well, but that is our own hard work, and we are responsible for that site. So we go out, work hard on it. We make sure that you guys do well on it, and we do what we can to basically like limit the effect it has on you guys if anything goes wrong in the market. We work hard at it. In the background there, you've got our football prints we've just started doing. We work hard at that. We are responsible for everything we put out. All the Nepenthes is doing here is putting it out, basically saying there's a new coin. I doubt if he even knows what he's talking about with it. He might well do. There's nothing there to show that he does. But the thing that bugs me about Nepenthes, and everyone's mentioned this and it's true, Nepenthes was in trouble a little while ago for what they decided was him encouraging kids to gamble on this website. And most of you know about this, and he was fined a lot of money. And basically it's why, despite being one of the better content creators for FIFA, because I still believe that, he doesn't really get involved in the EA side of it from what we know. But when you tweet something like this out with a young, impressionable audience, to me, you're encouraging them to go and do that again. Now, I've seen people say, number one, there's like strong age restrictions on who can buy cryptocurrency. Fine, no problem. People saying it's very hard to lose coins on this one because something about liquidity being locked and stuff like that. Fine, fantastic. But you're still encouraging it, whether you like it or you don't. And you can't tell me that those sort of mechanics are razor tight, because they're not. Gambling companies, for example, like they go, oh yeah, you can't gamble if you're under 18. I know plenty of people that go to Sutton United, for example, that have gambling accounts that are underage. It's just a fact. But you would think he would have learnt his lesson. And to me, it's iffy at best. It's iffy at best. You need to look at the replies to people say like, XYZ. They're calling it a scam and stuff like that. And I don't know about it being a scam. I'm not going to sit here and claim it is. I don't know. But to me, it seems very, very immoral. It seems very iffy. And I've seen people tweeting stuff about this, and I knew this was coming. I knew that content creators were going to go, hey, here's like money to advertise for us. What I don't get though is why they've targeted people like Nepenthes and Bateson and whatever. Why have they not targeted people that that maybe talk about stocks in general or cryptocurrency in general. Why are we targeting FIFA streamers? Because to me, that seems very, very iffy. If your cryptocurrency, whatever it is this coin is, I don't know what it is, I'm not going to lie to you, but if this is relevant to like crypto, why are you not targeting crypto people specifically? Why are you targeting FIFA YouTubers if your end goal is not to sort of aim to advertise to their younger audiences, to their audiences in that general? And I don't like it. Bateson's, now apparently he's basically blocked those people because they've talked about this. I mean, a tweet from Bateson's got 81 likes. It tells you how little people like it because this guy's massive. Again, starting the fire up, add not financial advice. I'm sorry, you can't caveat it with not financial advice. And a lot of people doing this liquidity locked and stuff like that. And look, M Lambo, like I'm assuming he's the guy that done this whole coin thing. He's created it basically. But stuff like this, I'm like, it's like iffy. The people that we're talking about, like, don't buy. It's not going up apparently. Different coin creators, one Lambo, not this one. I don't know. But the fact that people look at this and having no idea what they're talking about, to me, is iffy. Like, I'm going to say the same thing I said for Bateson, I said for the Penfeds. Young, impressionable audiences, what the hell are you doing? Like, you're well off anyway. I'm going to be honest with you, I do relatively well from the website, from YouTube and whatnot. I do relatively well. I don't need this. I've been offered coin sponsors, I've turned them down. I've been offered loads of sponsorships, I've turned them down. I don't take sponsorships from other people. I work on my own stuff instead. This is the one that, I'm being blunt, pissed me off the most. So Ryan Rossi HD, he tweeted, I'm going to dabble in the crypto market for the first time with all these dips happening. Which token should I look into first? So he's stating there and then that he doesn't know anything about crypto, okay? So we're going to dabble in the crypto market for the first time with all these dips happening. Which token should I look into first? He's asking for advice. The same day he then tweets, search into some coins and I'm set on Saturna token after the Discord AMA. They're also in a beautiful dip right now, the whole market red, so it's a great time to get stuck in. Let's do it. BSC, Saturna token, blah, 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 not financial advice. Firstly, you've just given financial advice. Also, a beautiful dip right now, the whole market red, so it's a great time to get stuck in. You've just advised people to get stuck in. So yes, it is financial advice. It clearly is financial advice. But secondly, either you've planned that as some sort of ad campaign, or genuinely you know nothing of what you're talking about. Because moments before that, you literally tweeted, looking to dabble in the crypto market for the first time. So who are you to give advice? Genuinely, who are you to give advice? I don't get it. I don't understand it. And anyone sitting there saying anything to me other than this is dodgy AF, like straight up, there's no justifiable reason, in my opinion, you can say that. Let's say it straight up. There's no justifiable reason. But this is the one that got in my throat the most. This is one that pissed me off the most. Because you're stating you do not know what you're talking about, then giving financial advice, and then saying not financial advice. Well, it clearly is, because you just told people to buy in. He then tweets again on the 16th of May, big Saturna token with the CoinGecko listing, let's go. Again, add not financial advice. He's done it more than once. Now, I'm all for people chasing the bank. There are people that hate on YouTubers that get paid to live computer games for a living. People that come to me and be like, oh, your job is to do FIFA. You don't realise that I do 16-hour days every day. I get it. But I'm all for getting sponsorships if you need them, chasing money and whatnot. It's how the business works. I get it. But why the hell this? Why have these companies targeted FIFA YouTubers for this? Why have these FIFA YouTubers decided to take that on board and use it? And let's be blunt. I'm going to be blunt here. If you're making loads of money, just go and make your money. Just go and make your money. No one cares. Just go and make your money. But am I going to Nepenthes, Bateson or Rossi HD for my cryptocurrency advice? No, but some young people, and even if they're 18, 19, because let's be blunt, people like to think at 18, 19, 20, we're all adults now, we know what we're doing. We don't. At 18, 19, 20, I was still a twat. I was only at 25, 26, I really found who I am. And one of my brothers is 19, I'm still overprotective of him as nothing, because you still don't know how the world works. My other brother's just turning 18 this year. Again, overprotective of him. I am overprotective, but I want to protect him from the harms of life and whatnot and give him the best start possible that I can. But I'm going to be straight up right now and say it as it is. What these YouTubers have done is disgusting. Full stop, capital letter. No one is perfect, including myself. Straight up. But there is no way, in my opinion, you can justify this by hiding behind the not a financial advice ad thing. You know what you're doing. The companies that spent the money on what you're doing know what you're doing. Full stop, capital letter. They know exactly what you're doing. So where do you go from here? At some point, surely, EA or other companies or Twitter themselves need to start looking into this and start saying, hang on, in what position are you to say, go and buy in? In what position are you of your audience to do what you're doing? It's the same argument in terms of the racism situation. Start putting people as a basic level with photo ID on social media so that they can't go and do this sort of stuff. But when does it stop? At what point do we stop chasing the bag and whatnot? And does it then become basically scammy? Or does it become, I don't know, in my opinion, immoral? At what point does chasing the bag and chasing finance and chasing money and earning a living become immoral? In my opinion, this has overstepped the line. Let me know what you think down below. I'm fully prepared for any criticism this video may get. But if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe down below. Make sure your notifications are turned on so you never miss an upload. But for now, I am out. Peace out. I'll speak to you soon.